place was a mess. So I knew I was missed.
Deep in here now.
It's incredible.
I love it. Me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And applying the recovery I thought.
You got burp in the mic. You got burp in the mic. You not hear him burping?
Before we start,
Hold
before
up.
we
You not
start,
Hold up. You
Jesse
not hear
has
him
to
over
center his anger problems.
Yeah,
He's having an anger issue for some reason.
No, you
His
got
whole forehead is sweating
Can't
right
hear my
now.
voice.
Well, no.
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, we got a viewer.
We have a
The
viewer.
people that are listening
There's
won't
a
hear
shine.
you. If you're not close to the mic, they won't hear you out there.
All right.
Yeah, that's usually. I mean, that's usually a number one complaint. They can't hear us. You got to get all up on the mic.
Hit him with your good.
But look, when you
especially
get
that
when you get up on the mic, don't be like this dude over here burping.
Yeah, because they're. Who would ever do that?
I mean, come on, man.
God, so gross.
Be respectful to us over here.
Yeah, I love the way you try to make
Burping
stuff
in the
up.
mic. All right.
Shiny
Hey,
forehead.
welcome. That thing stays shiny. It don't matter what happens.
Can everybody see the anger coming out?
It's like grease.
It's a blind spot for Jesse.
Welcome everybody to the Machine Foundation's Get in the Herd podcast. Steve, don't laugh at his foolishness. Welcome everybody. Real quick, we want to shout out our sponsors before we get into this. Travis is on one. I think he's his goal today is to try to point out blind spots in.
So there is a such thing as a blind
No,
spot.
I don't even know what
You
the
just
word
used
is.
the word. You know what it is. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't
Don't
know.
burst on camera. Although that might be good for ratings.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but we'll let him explain his.
Who's the sponsors we got?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into it, but
Get into it.
Trav keeps politely
Shut up,
interrupting.
Kelly.
That's the number one thing, right? That's all you hear is.
Haters.
Me and
The haters
Olaf
are out in force today.
Me and Olaf are trying to have a conversation before we go live, and all you hear is Travis in the background, and then laughing. Like we're just trying to have a regular conversation. Steve, don't feed into his stuff, Steve. What are you doing?
Try not to react.
When you laugh at it, it encourages him.
I know that.
Yes, and he laughs at his own jokes to make people think it's funny. They're not funny.
Just Steve was laughing too. You're laughing too. God, you're so angry today, bro. You got to let it go.
Angry. What are you
You
talking
got to let it
about?
go right now. I will take your verbal assaults because, like, I'm a grown man, but you got to let it
What-
go because
what's
it's
the
not
verbal
good for your
assault?
indigestion, bro.
What was the verbal? assault?
Nothing. I can just tell you're angry. God, no grown man sits with his hand on his chin like that unless he's angry.
What was the verbal assault?
Just
Let me
go.
do. All right. Let me do. Steve, keep it up. Travis, Kelly, don't.
Yeah,
encourage him.
Kelly, I love you.
Do we have any other viewers out there?
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Listen, she's in the bed sick, so she's watching, listening. All right, because if we had other viewers, they wouldn't be laughing at.
Yeah,
Travis's
all of
jokes.
them laugh. Go.
All right, big shout out to the Farley Center. They are a local treatment center in Williamsburg, Virginia. They take all insurances minus Medicaid, but if you do have Medicaid and you're looking for some help, they will help you. They are a great referral source, so give them a call. Kelly Eason, 804-638-7329. The Farley Center, they take commercial insurances, but don't worry, if you don't have insurance, still give them a call. They are a resource center, and they were more than welcome and love to help you out. Call Kelly Eason, 804-638-7329. Mention the McShin Foundation, and she will answer the phone, get services quicker. Right, Kelly? All right, and the next one we want to shout out is the Rooted Hair Studio. Rooted Hair Studios
I love
located.
this one.
Yes. They're located. It's another one of the sponsors that guess who?
Jesse got. Look how clean the logo is too. That's very crisp
Steve
logo.
and Travis still have not gotten any sponsors.
We got stuff in the works, right, Steve?
We got works.
Yeah, we got big works.
Big
Mhm.
Mhm.
Not bigger than Rooted Hair Studios.
Rooted
They're
Hair
big.
Studio, 804-919-3851. Use code McShin, you get 10% off. Use code McShin, you get 10% off. They're located in Colonial Heights, Virginia. They do a wide variety of services to your hair: shampoo, condition, highlights, cuts, anything.
Mhm. Take a
Give
look at
them a call.
Olaf's hair. Mhm. Rooted in.
Why do you sound like that dude?
Well, he's getting over his anger, y'all. Just deal with him.
Why do we keep talking about anger, bro?
It's a blind spot of yours.
Okay. All right. Rooted Hair Studio, 919-3851. Give them a call. All right. And our next sponsor is the Seed Institute. Give them a call, 804-939-0541. Ask for Michael Edwards. They will help starting up businesses, and they help do different trainings. Big shout out to our sponsors. Thank you very much. We wouldn't be here without those. Anybody else interested in sponsoring the podcast, give myself a call, give Steve a call, give Travis a call. Just call in here to McShin and ask, how can I sponsor the podcast? How can I advertise my business? And we'll get you out there. And if you happen to tune in and you're listening to this, it's Kelly H. Oops.
Yeah.
It's the wrong Kelly.
Whoa.
Damn. All right,
He's like that sometimes.
yeah, that makes sense though, because Kelly would definitely not have said keep that up, Travis.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
I'm real popular with the K's, bro.
real popular with the participants.
Yeah. That's
all
right.
Yeah. All right.
The basis of this program.
If you are listening, hey Kelly, will you do us a favor, since you're listening and anybody else tuning in, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already.
Oh, she has.
Like and share this podcast, like and share this information. But anybody that happens to just come on to this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That will help us out. And keep comments, keep liking, and keep sharing. So Travis has some content and some stuff that he wants to go over and get into. So we're gonna pass the microphone over to Travis.
Oh, you're gonna put it on me, huh?
I thought you said you had.
Yeah, I
something.
will. I got a couple things though. Like a couple things. First, let's clear up the experiment that I ran this morning on self-will. I love the way you fed right into it, like you knew what I was doing. And so like I was doing this as an example to the rest of our employees about like Jesse's so in tune with self-will where I'm right. I just wanted to see if he would see it. And he did call me out on not having my shirt on this morning, my work shirt. And he like fed right into it. It was like we had a psychic connection and he called me on it. But the truth is I made up a story about like I looked at my shirt this morning, my work shirt. I did. I actually looked at it. This is an internal battle that we have and you become aware of it. So I looked at my shirt and I said,
Hold on. So I just want to make sure that me and Olaf are following you.
yeah, follow
Olaf,
us.
and please chime in at any time. So you're saying you did this on purpose?
All right. Well,
Is that what he was saying?
I think he was going to tell us what he saw when he looked at his shirt.
But no, but it's,
What it meant.
No, you
Then what happened? Yeah.
yeah.
you said you did something on purpose, though. You did an experiment.
Yeah, I did an experiment to see if you would notice my self-will run riot. But
So then you did it on purpose.
I did it on purpose. Okay, I'm working an honest program. Yes, I actually did this. And this is how when you're like working recovery, particularly the first step, you start becoming aware of behaviors. Cause like I knew what I was doing. And sometimes you got to work the first step afterwards. And
but I want to make sure, because if we're gonna get into,
if we're gonna dive into it,
if we're gonna dive into it, let's be real, because
let's do it. Let's strip it down buck naked.
You did what you do. You did what you do.
I did it.
You said I was doing an experiment.
Oh, that was a lie.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I don't want to.
All right. And it was for all the employees.
But the
is what you
reason
said,
why
too.
I did
All right.
that was to show another example, but you messed it up. You could have called it later on and we could have got deeper into
I'm
it.
saying let's be real. If we're gonna be real.
All right, let's be
All right,
real.
Go.
I
I'm
actually got up and looked in my closet, saw the shirt, and I had this whole internal battle about what shirt I was going to have to wear. And now this happens a lot, and I'll bring up another key example afterwards. But like, I look at my shirt and I say, man, I know I'm supposed to put my work shirt on. But then I went into justification because I wanted to match. I wanted my shirts to match. And in my defense, this color isn't very palatable to the rest of my clothing line.
You sound very angry when you say that.
Because I am, man. These shirts suck. But anyway,
What
I mean, this
color is
color,
that?
the shirts are
I'm
awesome.
colorblind, so tell me, what color is that?
This is like a teal or whatever. But anyways,
I
that
think
being,
it's more of an azul blue.
I love
So,
Azul. Oh man, you're very like for being colorblind. You're very hip on your
I read paint.
on your
labels.
what's the word I'm looking for on your anyways, yeah, you're very sharp on it. So I looked and I had a whole internal battle. Like I know I should put this shirt on. This is my disease might have won for a second there because I justified the coloring and wanting to match, and also
What were you trying to match? Your shoes?
yeah, and my pants, and I
You
justified
got
it.
more than one pair of pants, though,
I
right?
do, but it's blue. But it's Blue Tuesday. It's Blue Damn Tuesday, bro.
Thank you. Hold on.
It's Blue Tuesday. I wanted to be blued out. I like I like to be professional, but in a working man's comfortable for people, approachable.
Yeah.
I want to be
All
approachable.
this sounds good, but I don't think it's what it really is. Let's keep going.
Hold on. Okay, so
I'll help you with this.
Yeah,
So,
butt
yeah.
naked. Remember, butt naked.
yeah, so I said I know I should do it. Then I justified, and then I justified again. I said, well, it is Blue Tuesday, and my whole outfit is blue. maybe I can get away with this, you know?
Double jeopardy.
And yeah, let me tell you, because like these small things can turn into big things. So things that Jesse say, like I key in on, and I do appreciate, and I do
all
want
of the things.
not all the things, but some of them. I
the ones you choose to accept,
particularly people that'll call you on your shit.
Mm.
And like he'll do that as a boss, but he'll also do it as a friend. Now, like we're verbal jousting a lot, but this is my brother.
Would you say he's
end.
harder than you because you're friends with him, or
I would say I would hope so.
More lenient.
No, I would say he's harder.
Harder. Okay.
Definitely harder. I don't get away with too much around Jesse.
Sure.
And behind closed doors, we might, argue and everything. But in
Maybe
the end,
fight a little bit.
if he's
who wins those fights? Anyway?
I mean, physical
which fights?
Intellectual and physical
ones.
fights, I win. But like instructional fights, he'll win. Like based on wisdom and experience.
And
like I'll listen
maybe.
to I
saw Cam's video in the gym the other day. That's crazy.
You should see his video of his street fight.
You think you win a physical fight?
Yeah, last time we wrestled, we were putting in like you messed that floor up that we were working on.
He was like, "I got Jesse."
Don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you right now. Even if he's lying, I'm going to tell you right now.
Trav, you think you would win a physical fight?
I'm just saying that the two
you look at me.
Now listen. This
I would beat
listen. I'm not going to say yes or no, but I'm going to say the 2 times that we had. Well, the 3 times. One time I got stabbed. That don't count. But I was winning before I got stabbed. Before you stabbed me in my stomach, I was winning.
No, you weren't.
I was winning before. Yeah, you were getting cut up. I was jujitsuing with that thing. It was like one of those butterfly knives with a steak knife. But listen. But I had a little too much to drink, and I went high. You went low. You won that one. But the physical interaction before that, I won.
No.
Yeah, you threw up on yourself. I punched you in the stomach, and you threw up on yourself. Yes, you did. You threw up on your shoes.
That was a whole different. I'm just saying.
And then the time after that, listen, I'm not going to answer that question straight up. Yes or no.
Now, so it'd be fair. There's no drinking.
Yeah.
Who would win now? You think?
Who would win?
So look, I'm be honest with you. So Trav, there's no way Trav could beat me in a fight, but Trav could beat me intellectually. I can give him that, and he's smarter than me. I'll give you that. You're smart. Right. You are smarter than me, and you have a little bit more intellectual. You're a little bit more in tune there, but physically, you would not beat me. That's the point.
I'm going to take what I can get here. I appreciate that because I'm all about mind over matter, bro. Like I appreciate that. Like anything you said to me before air. Like I'm feeling like because like my feelings are coming back strong.
Now you're good now.
And I'm gonna say I'm feeling a lot of love right now. Like I fucking love you, bro.
Well, that was easy to win over, right?
Yeah.
So who won that fight?
As a matter,
but experience and some other stuff. I probably got you there, but that's not what we're here to talk about. That's good though. I like that. Olaf with that question. Let's go back to the shirt though.
Gavin.
I want to God.
That's Olaf.
I said Olaf, man. Man, he was about to mess with me.
All right, get back to the shirt. I
want to go back to the shirt because you were talking about why there's a whole bunch of I call it JNR, and there's a whole bunch of justification, rationalization.
Yeah, I was doing
and
that.
You were like, I just want to match. I want my shoes, but that's not what it is. So I want to hear. I'm going to tell you.
I know what it is. It's a piece of control that I want to keep. I mean, trust me. Like that's the cool thing about work and recovery and becoming aware of things. Like you're aware of them. So like I know it's happening while it's happening, and I still chose my self-will over it. And I put the blue shirt on and I came to work and I thought I was going to get over. And you called me on it and I had to go back and get the shirt. No big deal in the end, but it is. I was keeping my control by trying to get over.
Yeah,
but I was aware of it and I still did it anyway.
It's definitely a control thing. And what was messed up, Olaf, right? So this morning, I got here early today. For me, it's early. I got here like around 8:00. It was only one. I think Clay or Chris were here, and I heard them talking. Lights were out. I sit down in my office, and I'm getting stuff together. And then
it was like 7:50 because I was here at 8.
Okay, so you were here. Okay. So not long after that, Joyce comes in, and then Nick comes in, and everybody's got their blue shirts on. And then Nick comes in. He doesn't have his blue shirt on, and so I'm like, Nick, what are you doing, man? Why you ain't got your shirt on? And he said, "Oh man, it's dirty." He starts giving me all this stuff. Right?
He also works out in the morning, so he probably forgot to pack it or something.
Yeah, it was
justification,
man. Like a dirty shirt's not a good excuse not to wear the shirt. And the truth is, it can be very petty, and it can be very frustrating to have to wear the same color shirt on a certain day. But I think it does a lot for the team. But that's near the point. But so Nick doesn't have his shirt on, right? And I'm talking to him about it. And we're talking about recovery, right? And so I'm like, Nick, I'm willing to bet. And Olaf, you could probably contest to this, right? Out of all the new staff, because there's been a lot of new hires, right? Out of all the new staff that have been hired, Travis has probably been the one that's been the hardest on like conforming to like the team rule, just conforming to like a team environment, being managed and directed, right? Probably, but so listen.
Remember how smart he is, though, right?
Yeah. So listen, it's hard for him to do this, right? So I seen a lot of growth, and I'm like, man, Travis is doing this now. And so I tell Nick, I'm like, Nick, you don't got your shirt on. I'm willing to bet you.
Oh no.
That Travis is going to come in here and shine on you. He's going to
How
have
much
his blue
was the
shirt
bet?
on.
Did you bet?
I didn't bet him anything. And
Against your
look, but
religion.
this. So Nick's eyes lit up, and he's like, okay, bet. He's like, I bet he don't. He's like, don't you call him and tell him, right? So Nick's like, Nick is like, I know in his mind, because he's used to Travis not kind of. He's conforming, but not conforming. Like he still wants to have control, still wants to kind of buck and push, right? We've talked about this before. So, but I've seen growth, right? I've seen growth. Everybody does this. All the team has done this. You're not the only one. They do it in their own little way. I did it in my own little ways, right? And so, guess what? Travis shows up to work, and guess what?
He had his shirt, maybe not on, but he had his shirt.
Oh no!
I had to go back and get my shirt.
He didn't have it with him.
I
at
left
all.
it at home. But
Left it at home.
hold on, y'all don't see this strange coincidence right here? This is a God moment right here. Check this out. So, like, out of all the last 2 weeks, I've been actually cameras out.
Yeah.
Get us back up.
Sorry, it's still recording.
So, out of all the last 2 weeks, I have been utterly conforming to the dress code and every other thing, the notebook code, the this, the that, the work code, checking in, bam, 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 on my game.
Yeah.
100%, taking L's for the team, taking wins for the
What's
team.
the L's for the team, though?
Like I'll throw myself under the bus for things, or like I'll
But
take
look, you
accountability
can't-
quickly.
But you can't.
All right, whatever. This is what I'm saying.
Whoa.
I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
You can't see yourself.
Yeah,
You're angry
yeah.
about
I've been
something.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
So remember
Blind
physically,
spots.
And
so
on
remember
the-
physically, you
Blind
can't
spots
do nothing.
And on the same day, this don't seem like coincidence to you. On the same day, on the same very day, Jesse makes a bet. You shouldn't be gambling, but Jesse makes a bet.
It wasn't a bet.
All right.
We didn't bet
Jesse
anything.
makes a bet. And probably at the same moment in time and space, I'm battling a decision, an internal decision
Yeah.
that I lost.
Yeah.
Now, this takes me like to, man, you got to be aware of the small things, because these are the behaviors that I exhibited when I was getting high, taking the easy way out, bro.
So look, I mean, it definitely
And doing what I've always done.
I don't
and
really
keeping control.
I don't really believe in coincidences. So it's it's definitely a God moment. But this one, there's a selfish piece in me, and this the self-centered, but mainly the selfish piece. Like I was so mad, right? Because you were talking earlier, like do you feel like he treats you harder, or is he more lenient on you? And like I was just so happy. I was like, man, I know I'm gonna be right, because my boy is finally like doing what he's supposed to be doing. And then he walks in, right, and he's with, and this is what throws me off, y'all, and everybody out there listening. He walks in with somebody we used to shoot dope with, right? So he walks in with somebody that like we sure enough used to get high with, and that like I know. Like I love the guy, right? But I know he can. So we all can be bad influence. So he walks in the building with him, and I'm like, damn, yo, what the heck? Like, and it's a little thing. I know everybody's like, that's so petty, man. You're worried about a shirt, and I'm not worried about the shirt. It's like a metaphor of like what we're supposed to do in recovery. And he's walking in next to somebody that we got high with, and I'm like, damn. I just in my head, I'm like telling another staff member, I already know Trav gonna be on point, because I just know how he's doing now, and I'm able to do that. Like I know, like when somebody says something about Olaf, I'm like, no, Olaf's got it, and then you got it. Like I so it's like I know these things. So it was like, man, that's what really messed me up.
You know what Albert Einstein said about coincidences?
They're like,
He said it was God's way of staying anonymous.
God moment. I called it before you said it. And
Yeah,
Einstein
I like
agrees
that.
with me.
Einstein's a pretty smart guy.
So is Travis.
He was a genius, and so am I.
I feel like I'm Steve. I feel like I'm sitting this. I'm not being facetious or sarcastic, right? But I feel like I'm sitting between two smart dudes. Like,
Yeah,
smart
definitely.
guys.
And the
Definitely.
atmosphere is growing.
Both of y'all are very smart,
And
very
that
intelligent.
and now the picture makes like a whole lot more sense to me about your anger, because like of course, like I came in
Mad at you, or just mad at
no,
particular?
the anger that you've been exhibiting towards me all day started and sparked right there on something I didn't know about. And of course, the guy that we used to shoot dope with. He's in another program, and he just happened to show up here today and walked in. He just came to see us, you know. So
yeah, and I'm
and
automatically
Jesse-
assumed, yeah.
Jesse took it to the 5th level, like that. You know, we've been hanging out all night
Right.
and came in together, and I just don't got my damn shirt on. And the whole time,
Just left the motel.
the whole time,
I didn't go there with it.
yeah. The whole time, God had put this all together so we could make this podcast on how to show how to take care of the little things and how little behaviors can lead you back.
They definitely can.
To the
It's-
dark
It's about the little things, and like, you know, when you're listening to us talk about this, you know, you're probably thinking that's some petty shit, man. Like, what they talking about, right? You know, but it's the little things here, man. You know, just think about when you were getting high. Like, Olaf, did you shoot dope?
No, I never shot it.
Did you use dope?
Yeah.
Okay, you can sit at the table then.
Did you drink alcohol?
Yep.
Okay. What else did you do?
Everything.
Everything?
Give us the-
smoke crack.
Never. Well, yeah, I did. I think
He was about to lie, but he's working an honest program. You hit that
What is it
trombone, bro.
about?
Yeah, he hit that trombone. He was in the band, bro.
What is it about? What is it about admitting that? Everybody
Nobody wants to say they smoke crack.
I
smoke
never
those
liked
crack.
crack.
You smoke crack, don't you?
I never liked it. You know, I never spent
It
money
liked
on
you,
it,
though.
but it wound up in my pocket a few times.
You know what he was
So-
getting ready to do? The fight. He was like, I sniffed it.
Sniffed that.
Never
Yeah.
smoked.
So did you do meth? You did meth. Yeah, you did meth. How'd you do meth? Would you do? Eat it? Smoke it?
Yep, smoked it.
Did
Ate
you
it,
eat it too?
Sniffed it.
You ate it?
Yeah.
Now, this is the second time I heard this.
I mean, I would
Kelly would
swallow
eat
it
it.
whole.
Really?
you know?
I'm
Yeah.
always like picturing
'Cause it
somebody
hits you
doing it like
harder
a
for,
doggy
like,
treat,
a
like
long-
wrapping it
eat
up
it?
in
You eat
bacon
it,
and
hits you
eating
hard?
it.
Yeah.
Well, I was like a functioning
Parachute.
drug
Yeah.
addict, so
Let me-
I could do it in front of people and not have to constantly go hit something. You know.
Yeah.
Did I got a point here, y'all. So Steve, what'd you do? Everything? What was your-
Everything. Dope.
every-
Smoke
dope.
crack.
Yeah, the buffet of drugs. Yeah, I like Golden Corral too, Steve.
So and I'm same thing. I was the same thing. Anything I could do. Now I always ended up going back to dope. That was always my
Yeah,
thing.
that was the
That's like
But-
a daily menu. You know?
yeah.
But I had a ritual with my stuff, right? And it was, you know, it was very precise and little steps that if something was off, it would mess me all up. Like, you know, the orange cap,
Trigger
little
alert.
piece of cotton, put it in there, stir, you know, and all this stuff, right? You know,
Step by
and-
step.
Yeah, step by step. One little thing throws my whole thing off, and you know,
Thing stuff.
yeah, and you know, when I came into to recovery, man, like a lot of that stuff that I did when I was using is I really applied it to recovery, you know, and I learned, man, these little things are real important because one little thing can throw me off, right? You know, and I got to be very mindful of that. You know, it can throw my spirit off. It can throw the protection that I have from you don't want to say the you know, I don't want to put no name on it, but just the protection. I think you would say armor, you know, I don't know what maybe
yeah,
you-
armor and
you might
weapons,
use weapons, you know, but like
spiritual weapons.
I have things, you know,
principles.
when I did a 4-step, has anybody gotten to the 4-step yet?
Why are you
You've
trying to
done
shine,
one
bro? You always want to go with like way steps ahead. I'm on the fourth. Like, some people, some people like the first three.
So I sorry, that's whatever, man. But when I did a 4-step, right? When I did a 4-step, though, what I found was there's things that blocked me. So when you do this 4-step, there's things that block you from the
God.
solution, right?
Mhm.
But and then solution can be God, right? That's what basically what the solution is. You know, I don't want to scare anybody with that, right? You know, keep it simple, right? The solution is power, right? You know, so when I did this 4-step, things block me from the power, and it's the same thing with these little things, right? So when I make, you know, like what you did, right? You know, self-will run riot. I want control. I'm not going to put no shirt on. Little small thing, right? But it's those things build up.
It's
over
a pattern
time.
of behavior.
Yeah, and they'll build up over
Mhm.
time, and then you have nothing to keep you from that lower power, nothing to keep you from the illness
I like
and
that
the
lower
disease,
power.
right? You know, and that's what's helped me with the stuff, because you don't think, check this out, right? Let me help you. You don't think
Help him, help me.
you don't think I wake up in the morning, but I don't want to wear this goddamn blue shirt. You
I
don't think?
I
You
love
think
to wear
I
my
wake?
blue shirt.
I mean, I like
You
it.
love the blue shirt.
Blue's my favorite color.
This
But-
ain't blue though.
but
This is a
You don't have to like think
Octavian
about what you're gonna
chill.
wear. You know?
Yeah, you already know.
You already
But
know.
but sometimes I wake up and I just want to put a sweatsuit on, right? Because I love some sweatpants, a sweatshirt, and I had my Nike hoodie on. I'm like, you know what? I'm not putting my Nike hoodie on. I don't care if I'm cold. It's blue shirt day. I'm going to wear my blue shirt, right? But I have the internal battle. I wake up and the internal battle for me sometimes is, man, I'm not going to the gym, right? I'm not, it's freaking 5 o'clock in the morning. I want to sleep a little longer. And then I get to thinking about my body and my health. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go work out, right? So these battles happen, right? So you're not you're not on this
Earth
island
alone.
of the battles like they
Because
happen.
we do all have the same thinking, right? We all
Yeah.
have the same disease.
Well, you know what ego depletion mode is?
Boom. I like this.
What is it?
Go ahead, tell him, Travis.
Ego depletion mode is like you got about 10,000 decisions in one day. And so, like, I believe like the richest people, they like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. If you ever notice, they wear the same thing every day. Every day. That's one less decision they have to make. And when you're in a situation like, and Jesse, you got to make decisions all day long. Also, we all do. We're making decisions.
Shirts help that. So
Yes or no? Yeah.
It's easy. Like you said, you got your shirts lined up.
Yeah. So this is actually like you're onto something actually. And so like women go through theirs quick actually. Like they're looking for stuff to wear in the morning, everything. They might run through 5,000 just looking for a dress. So like you ever notice like at the end of the day you ask your girl like where do you want to go eat? And they're like, I don't know. Like
you choose for
Can
me.
you choose up there in ego depletion?
You got a girl?
No, I knew it. But speaking
What?
of,
Speak English. What? I
did speak English.
I
Hear English.
I'm saying you said you notice when you talk to your girl.
No, I said, have you ever noticed when you talk to your girl?
There was a comma.
Yeah, there was a pause. I didn't punctuate airly, but
Well, it can happen with a girlfriend or a significant other, a partner, a child, a friend, or whatever. And you're like, hey, what do you want to go eat in the evening time? Right towards the end of the day is when this happens the most, because usually when people get into ego depletion mode, they've surpassed that 10,000 decision mark. So they'll say, I don't know, you choose. And then as soon as you make that decision for that loved one or whatever, they'll go, man, I hated that. Why did you choose this? The reason that they couldn't come to that decision themselves to say anywhere but here is because
they've ran through all their
through
decisions.
10,000. This is what neurologists say, that we have 10,000 capable decisions throughout a day. That's why the most richest people who run the biggest companies, they'll choose what they have to wear the day before. Like
One less decision.
Zuckerberg wore those khakis and the white polo. Steve Jobs before he
the
passed,
black turtleneck and jeans.
Yep, every
and
day.
flip flops.
So that's why I said that, because this is what it keeps me one less decision.
Which could turn into like
Relapse,
5 to 5,000 decisions going through your closet.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happened to me today when I got to the end of the closet and like I couldn't find this shirt and I got a lot. I threw away a lot, but then I went and bought like a few more.
Gave away.
Well, they're in the trunk of my car still right now. I'm gonna drop them off over there.
Was that on your goals list
It was on my goals list like 2 days ago, but I was in ego depletion mode at the end of the day.
I was at the gym this morning too for my goal.
Well, aren't y'all just
Well, what were you gonna say
poster
about the
childs
clothes?
of health?
Sounds like he's upset. He's not going to the
No,
gym.
actually, I'm motivated.
Elliptical's calling you.
I'm not mad about some made up reason about hanging out with an old friend we used to shoot. You know what I mean? I harbor no resentments. Actually, I feel a lot of love towards you. How long was it in your recovery process before you started getting your feelings back? And when your feelings came back, were they like a strong like?
So I wasn't mad at you.
No, I'm talking about different feelings. Like take yourself back to like love feelings. Like
I'm just saying. You said I was mad. I wasn't mad at you, but
your words were angry. Angry and mad are the same thing. Are they not all off?
I was angry at your behavior.
So if you're angry, you're mad. You were mad at my behaviors.
Yeah, and then
behaviors.
and then I
got
got
at them too. They run riot.
And then I just assumed stuff, which sometimes I do that with not with everybody, but I do it with you, and that's something I got to work on. I assume
it's a blind spot.
I don't know if it's a blind spot. I don't.
Oh, no, because you're aware of it.
I just don't understand your
my motives.
No, your word. You keep throwing the blind spot. But I want to answer your question. You had a good question from me and Olaf. You asked us how long did it take for us to get our
getting your feelings back? Yeah, your emotions. Yeah, like how long were you dead inside before it was awakened?
Well, I don't know if I was dead. I think I look back and I think I just didn't know what I was feeling half the time, and it was because I would mask it so much with drugs. And then what happened when I got in recovery, I'm not using any substances. These feelings started coming back, and then I would mask it with another feeling, right? So I would use a feeling to fix a feeling. An example would be like sex, right? I get in recovery. I don't have a girlfriend, and I would start, using that outlet as a way to mask my feelings that I'm feeling, and like whether it was lonely, whether it was, anger because I got 2 kids and I'm taking care of them and I'm no financial help, whatever it is, just any feelings I was feeling, my out was, let me just go, mess with somebody. Let me go.
So you were using.
Yeah, using a feeling to fix a feeling.
Using
Right?
sex.
Using a feeling to fix
Fix
a
a
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, the good feeling. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, got you.
And so it's still took me a while it's still to this day sometimes I don't know what my feeling. Yeah. And I'm coming up on 12 years clean, right? I'm still, now I've gotten a lot better with it, right? But yeah, it did definitely
How long till you were like aware of that?
so I share the story a lot. I want to hear Olaf what because you're coming up on the year, right? So I think it was right around maybe 18 months, maybe a year, at year clean, and I'm bending over and I'm tying my shoe. Right, good day. I don't, nothing out of the ordinary. Bending over, tying my shoe, and I started bawling, crying.
God moment.
Yeah, and it was like all these feelings. I was like, "What in the
They
world?"
rushed on you all at one time. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
just
getting
like,
for. It
I'm
was a
crying,
rush.
and I'm like, but then I'm like happy. It was like, man, I'm really, I can finally feel some stuff, and try to get in tune, man. And what it did is it gave me a hunger. I wanted more, right? And I had this hunger, and I remember like, calling my sponsor and just like, man, give me more, give me what you got. Like, sit down, teach me, because like I'm growing. I can feel growth happen. I'm starting to feel and be in tuned, and I'm feeling good. Teach me. And so that sparked more of a desire to learn more, and that desire sometimes it became like addictive, right?
Hunger.
Yeah, right. Like I got addicted to
like you were like it was like you were high off of it.
well, I mean, addicted is until like I had to learn how to balance it. Like, all I wanted to do, right? When you have a family and you got kids,
Oh
and
yeah,
like
that
you
adds
can't
a whole
hide
lot more
out.
variables.
You can't hide out in the rooms of AA or NA. You
Right.
can't, do step work every day. You can't
gotta
go to
face
every
some
event.
reality.
Like, yeah, you got life, so I had to learn to start balancing it because I had such a desire and such a want, right? And for me early on, it was just not this not necessarily the case for everybody, because not everybody has the same
Situation.
yeah. My situation was I had 2 kids. I had freaking, I'm a year clean, and I got freaking Cam and Cadence.
Responsibility.
Yeah,
Bam.
and
Hitting you in the face.
and I'm just me by myself. So it was hard. I couldn't, going out, and I didn't have a driver's license, so all that stuff. But anyways, neither what I'm talking about is I had this drive to want more. Right. But what's your thoughts on the feelings, Olaf? That's a good question, Trav. Like, because everybody out there probably is struggling with that. That's why we, when you go to treatment centers and you come to recovery centers, what's those things we do in the mornings?
Feelings
Check, right? Because we're trying to figure out what the heck we're feeling, and half of us don't even know. Well, just so y'all know, we all got some time in recovery, and we still trying to figure it out. Like, what are we feeling? Sometimes I got to look at the feeling chart and see.
Let me pick a feeling. Yeah, I kind of relate to this one. No, I'll take 2.
Take 6.
Mix them together,
Yeah.
see what happens. Might feel good. What do you think, Olaf?
I'd say probably about maybe 6 months or 90 days before they started to come back.
Really, that quick?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't have all those other distractions or commitments, to stuff that I had to do. I had a lot of time that I could just focus on myself. And I was also really hungry, like you said, maybe even thirsty would be the better word for it, because I needed to have it. I couldn't go long without focusing on me. So I kept diving into unorthodox ways of doing things. Like I would take 3 days and just do a water fast so that I could really kind of, I don't know, tune into things that were outside of anything I'd ever done before.
3 day number water. I listened to a podcast the other day, and what they were saying is if you fast on water for anywhere from 2 days to 5 days, your chances of getting cancer like decreases.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe that. And you get more in tune.
All your cells will basically
your cells die off.
Yeah,
that's what it said.
It's the only time you do it. It's the only time your body will naturally do it, right?
And I was like, wow, man, that's like a freaking like that's medicine in itself.
It
Just
is.
drink a bunch of
Mm,
water.
But most people in our society would never go even 24 hours without eating. So I mean, like there were all these other like styles of things that I would do that wouldn't be in the textbook. Not to say that I didn't work a program and still work the steps, but it was these things that were more abstract, maybe Eastern, Western, or like medicine as opposed to the Western style of doing things. Like lately, I've been listening to Hertz 111.
Oh yeah, frequency.
Frequency.
Yeah,
what's
good.
that?
Yeah, that's good.
What's that? I've never. That's why I say I'm sitting between.
Well,
two-
our bodies, like our whole bodies,
Hertz?
are like a beacon,
Like the sound,
and we respond to different frequencies.
Yeah,
Like a binaural thing.
Like think about it this way,
Can you
Jesse.
play it for me right now?
Well, there's all different. Think about it
It'd be
this way.
hard to hear.
Like,
It's so faint. It's
yeah.
such a low frequency.
You listen to it.
Yeah,
too?
well, yeah. Listen to this because your body responds differently. Like think about this. You're like you don't hear bass. You feel bass. You know what I mean? That's why they call it the high, the lows, and the mids.
Mhm.
The mids, the lows. So that's why, like in spiritual cultures, you'll hear like, let them have a ear. They don't say ears. They say an ear. Your body, your whole body is an ear, and your whole body picks up different frequencies. And
Hold on, let's hear it.
dime frequency connected to
Oh, this is what we're talking about.
light. Well,
No, this is
No,
not-
there's
it's-
vibrations.
It's not a pure. You're having other ambient like background noises.
But in there, that like crickety kind of thing.
yeah, the frequencies coming
Oh,
through. They're
okay, so
they're just
There's
masking.
other
masking.
background. I got you.
So if you were to hear it in your ear, you would be like, "This just sounds like a hum, kind of a."
Mm.
Is all I hear. I don't do. I have like a pure frequency thing. that I
Oh,
just
so
do.
you don't have none of the background
None of
stuff.
this
It's just
I just hear this.
But your
Okay.
body's responding
But,
to it.
but what I've been learning is that because I had an accident on both my legs from overdose the last time I had.
What happened? What was that? I didn't hear the whole story. on
Oh,
that.
that's a long story, Jesse. I don't know if you have time for
Was
that.
it the car wreck?
No, it was more so I overdosed and I had like chicken winged my leg kind of.
Like when you went?
situation.
Oh, you know what? I think you might have told me that because I had a friend with Squid. You remember Squid?
Yeah,
Squid did
yeah,
that.
yeah,
he,
yeah.
he,
Mhm.
he nodded out, overdosed, and he ended up being paralyzed.
Yeah, a lot of people I've seen, like when I went down to Arkansas and stuff with John, like they had limbs missing, and I was like, well, John kept
But
asking,
they had to cut it off.
yeah, he was like, oh, this could have been you, and I'm like, I know, John, like let me go PRS him right quick so I feel less guilty about
I see him
my
saying that too.
situation. But either way, so like listening to those sorts of frequencies and the fasting and doing those sort of things for my body, I learned that I'm getting really quicker regeneration, in my nerves and in my cells. If I'm doing like that Hertz stuff, it aids and assists with my body moving forward to where it should be. And I've seen a lot of growth in my, the stuff I can't see in my cellular level with that Hertz
Yeah.
stuff, or like the fasting, but it's hard to work and do all the other things I have to do
and pull that off.
and pull off the fast. Right?
But you said so right around 90 days, between 90 and 6 months, you started getting some feelings.
Yeah.
I
And
remember,
but I still don't ever really know if I have my feelings, and
still trying to figure out what
Still
it
tr-
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing.
Yeah, you
man.
never know if you're having
You know-
feelings or if you're full flight from reality.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, I mean, just trying to figure out like what the feeling is. Like put a
Mhm.
name on a feeling can be very hard. Even for anybody. Did somebody come to the door?
No.
So, Olaf, I remember when you first got here. Did you? And it was a personal question, but it's
these.
Were you were using meth before you got here?
yeah, for months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were fasting already.
That's true.
I just remember. I remember
It
when
took
you,
me a while. It took me about 90 days before
Talk about
those
lower powers.
psychosis stuff stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember when you got here, like some staff were like, man, they were really, because not everybody, you'll see it the longer you hear. We got new staff come on, and they're not always
In tune.
Perceptive.
are educated on like
Mm.
certain drugs or the way certain people act, and they'll get the
Higher level of
yeah.
care when it's just somebody coming down.
And I'm like, hold on, I think he's gonna be all right. But I noticed that with you, and we were staff was talking about it, and I was like, I think he's gonna be all right because I would have conversations with you, and like I knew just from a conversation, I was like, oh man, this guy's he's sharp. He's gonna get through this. It's just some aftermath
cloudy.
of meth. right?
the fog.
Yeah,
Because
even-
they say your brain will actually take 2 weeks to recover from one night of no sleep, right?
where were you at when you thought I stole your stuff?
I never thought.
Was it
you
a birth
stole-
certificate?
I thought.
What did you think he was going to get an ID in your name?
I thought a part.
Did you have good credit when you came?
It was great.
I thought it was another staff member that worked here who may have told you that. That's who I thought stole my stuff.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He said, "Yeah, he thinks you stole his birth certificate." I was like, "What?" And it was funny. We just had to talk about your birth certificate too. Like me and you were in my office
Yeah.
talking about it. So I was like, "Oh man, he done took it to a whole another level."
No. I thought it was my house leader at the time.
Good stuff.
Takes
Good
a while
stuff.
for the paranoia to rub
Yeah,
off.
and
to figure out who's who.
Did we
you know?
ever find this birth certificate?
I did. It was my passport. It wasn't my birth certificate.
And
That's
where'd you
what-
have it at? Was it in
It was right where it should have been.
Oh.
It had been moved.
the last
but-
place you'll ever
It had
look?
been moved.
The
yeah,
place
but
you
I
left
moved
it.
it there.
Yeah.
You know?
You put it there.
Yeah.
I even think I was emailing your mom about it too. I think
She was
it-
worried because
Yeah.
I was gonna go to see her in
Yeah.
Turkey. So she
A
actually
flight.
tunes into y'all's
Full
podcast
flight.
I put
all
it
the
back
time.
What's mom's name?
Joanne.
Joanne. Hey, Joanne.
She says she feels like she knows you both because she watches. Yeah.
Well, I met your dad. I didn't meet your mom though. She wasn't here. She didn't come.
She did, but I gave her a tour like on a weekend.
Okay.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I met,
we
your
went over to
dad.
John Shinholzer's house for like a barbecue or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That weekend.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank y'all. Olaf's doing great. Share this. Share it.
It got good.
We love it.
It got deep.
Yeah.
I think it got helpful. I feel helped, and I don't mind embarrassing myself to help somebody out.
Steve, let me ask you. When did you think you got when did the feelings and
Feelings
emotions
back-
start hitting you?
On that last round, I was on, and nothing against MAT or methadone, but I was on that for 5 years.
You are on method, man, Steve.
Now I wanna hear this. Keep going, Steve.
We got to do a separate podcast, and you got to share your
Oh,
story.
I
Yeah,
will, I
meet
will.
the
I
Steve.
think
Yeah,
that's it.
because I mean, you're quiet. You got that quiet, but like humble.
He's cool as hell.
Yeah, and like
Good
man,
taste in music.
I did
too.
not know that. So you were on it for 5 years.
Yeah,
so go,
yeah.
keep going. I'm
So
sorry.
like the last two were clean years. I wasn't using anything else. I was using as prescribed for the first time,
Mm.
but I had almost no feelings.
Yeah, killed those.
It was like comatose sort of in that way. But
Mhm.
I was still living, doing stuff, but
And
no.
you're married, right?
Yeah.
Kids? Were the kids in the house with you?
yeah,
Okay. How old are your kids?
my kid's just 122.
Oh, it's 22.
Yeah,
but
he was
so-
actually out of the house most of that methadone time.
Okay.
He had graduated.
When the feelings came back, did it hit you like a big ball of light in your
Oh,
chest
God,
that you
it
wanted to
was-
release on the world in the
was like-
form of like positivity?
It was like a lake of fire
Mm.
when I
Yeah.
detoxed because it was rapid. It was just rapid.
A
So,
rapid detox.
Yeah.
Mm. I can relate to that.
yeah.
I did. I was on methadone too, but I was never on it that long. I always messed up when I was on that stuff. I would
Me
use
too.
other drugs.
Yeah, use it to get well
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
This will hold me. Chugging this.
Yeah. Anytime I did any, just MAT never worked with me because I would always abuse other drugs.
Not that we don't
Yeah.
support that pathway here at McShin, but
For some people it works,
if you work it.
Yeah. It just didn't work for me. I was on one of the first methadone clinics in Richmond.
Richmond Methadone Clinic.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a long time ago. It was before everything would hit.
What up, Howard? I see you, bro. Thanks for the support. What up, Art?
Art, man,
Art!
why don't you come?
He lives. What's up,
Come-
Art?
Yeah, no, it was actually Art since we're talking about it. I thought Art had stolen my
Oh,
passport.
yeah.
I had to,
Art, you stole it. You still got the birth
No, no, no,
certificate,
it
bro.
was-
Get
it
us a
was
credit
that
card.
was my
Oh,
fault.
shout out, Kelly. We see you, Art. Come visit, man. Come visit.
He's in another country.
Shouting out
To
Kelly.
his
Kelly, the best phone
Oh.
answerer here, bro.
He said he's in another country. I heard that, Steve. What's up, Howard? Howard, man, have you subscribed to the podcast? Yes.
You
You
hit
better
the button.
Go over there.
Use
to
that big
YouTube
thumb
and-
to hit the button.
Yeah,
Howard.
that's a
Yeah.
big, and that's a big thumb.
Don't get paint on your phone, bro.
He's already got paint on it. It's all over his
Yeah.
phone.
Tie that
Oh.
phone.
Howatan.
All right, yeah. All right. So look, we got some last parting thoughts. Steve, you got anything over there?
Watch for the jail tonight, 5:15, Henrico East.
Who do you got speaking? Is
Nisi-
Cassidy?
Nisi-
No,
Nisi
Nisi.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nisi.
Cassidy's coming too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she asked me if she can go. I didn't know if she.
Cassidy's throwing her hat.
I
in
know
the ring.
Nisi's good peeps.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
she
stuff.
is. Yeah, she is. Yeah, my parting words is just like as you start advancing, be aware of your behaviors, because like I have to be, I don't want to move like the way I moved when I was getting high. And those are the things that you start taking a look at as you like advancing your recovery a little bit. Because like if you want to change, you got to change everything, and change don't come overnight.
Good stuff. Good stuff. That's right. It don't. What do you got?
Go out and vote today.
That's
Local-
your parting words.
Local elections.
Man, you
are
better give
important.
him. You better give him something else.
I guess they are.
I don't know.
Are you gonna go vote?
No, I'm not a big voter. Like, I really don't care about
I'm
politics
definitely-
anymore. I'm over it.
I'm definitely gonna leave and go vote. But you got anything? Any recovery parting words you want to give?
Give us some recovery. Something about frequency, bro. Go deep.
Something about frequency.
Yeah, anything. I don't
I
care.
don't do well when you put me on the spot.
All right.
But no, I mean,
Well, just regurgitate like I was saying out of the book. Then. We'll take that too. Just put your spin on
well,
it.
just get out of your way, right? We said that earlier.
Get out of your
Get
own
out of
way,
your own way.
and let
Yeah.
somebody point
That's-
out your bull crap.
Yeah, that's helped me a lot.
Mhm.
Pressure builds diamonds.
And it bust pipes also.
Bust pipes and builds diamonds. Which one are you gonna be? A diamond or a pipe?
There
Are you a diamond? I like sapphires.
Talking
Oh,
to you
you're
over
the
here.
pipe.
You don't do good with pressure. All right, everybody. Look, I want to say this, man. Travis said that it doesn't happen overnight, right? Is that what you just said?
Yep, it's not a race.
It's not a race. It doesn't happen overnight. I'll tell you this, man. They told me early on, Steve, Olaf, Travis, they told me, they said, Jesse, man, you need to change everything about you.
Everything.
And that
all things.
shit, I mean, that made me mad, right? Because I thought there was some good things, and not turned to find out
You
there
were
was
all
some good.
yeah, there was some good things.
Come to find out there was some good things, but they said, look, man, right now you need to change everything you can, about yourself, people, place, things. And that hurt, man, because I had a lot of people I wanted to stay connected to. But they said, you need to change everything you possibly can, right? But here's the hit. Here's the hit.
Give us the hit.
You don't gotta do it overnight.
Not overnight.
Right. And
Progress, not
Yep.
perfection.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what I continue to do. Continue to get better and change and grow. I assumed some stuff today about you, Trav, and I was wrong, right?
Mhm.
And I make amends for that type of stuff.
You 10 stepping right now?
Well, I
Promptly admitting.
already told you I was wrong earlier out in the
I love
parking
you,
lot.
bro.
Yeah, I didn't
You're
tell
all
you
right.
now.
I'm just gonna hit you with the love, bro. That's what I do.
Definitely not the punches because he'd get
Yeah.
you there, right?
Yeah, well,
can't
know,
handle it.
Not in the last 3 encounters we had, but
Yeah.
yeah, probably just straight up, like in
Howard-
close
Howard
corners.
too. Look, one thing
Howard, me and you could take them together,
one-
bro.
one thing
I'll
I
take
know-
flight
let
on
me
them, and
tell
then
you
you
one
just get in the
thing-
way so I can
one
run.
thing I can stand confident on here, and you can fact check this.
Is that
I'm
you
gonna
wear
fact
his
check.
shirt tomorrow?
Can we Google this?
No,
No,
you'll
is
wear
that-
his shirt
is
tomorrow.
that-
Everybody, listen. This is
is
going to be the
listen.
biggest bunch of bull you ever heard. Go.
Listen,
Give him another compliment.
I didn't lose fights. That's just
Nah,
one
he
thing
didn't lose
I-
fights.
You can fact check.
He didn't
that.
lose fat.
That's
He
one
didn't
thing I
lose
can stand
fights.
confident on.
He didn't lose fights. He just lost physical altercations with me.
I think Travis told me the other day, he was like, "Yeah, I'd get really under people's skins because I knew Jesse would just take
Yeah,
him
I
out.
had a flawless fight.
He'd
I had a-
take him out for me.
I'd set it off and then unleash the pit bull. It was a beautiful thing. It
But
was
really,
hard.
you're culpable in some way.
But I learned that I don't got to fight no more, y'all.
Give up the fight.
Right? Surround myself around smart people, right?
And
that's
people
what I
that'll call you out on your bull.
that's what continue to surround myself around people that are smarter than me.
And let's grow.
That's right. All right, y'all.